Right now, another giant freighter loaded with over 35,000 tons of wood is shipping Canadian raw logs and jobs overseas. On April 9th, the Global Yuquot prepared for its third export this year, carrying Canadian forests from Vancouver Island directly to Asia. Despite promises to create more BC forestry jobs, raw log exports have increased. BC exported approximately 2.75 million cubic meters of raw logs to Asia and the US in 2024, an almost 9% increase over 2023. Meanwhile, mills all over British Columbia are closing down. Now, BC's struggling forest industry could face another blow. The US plans to double softwood lumber duties to nearly 35%. BC is exporting its forests, its jobs, and its future. I think we're actually all on the same side. I think we all want the same things. Living here on the coast, we all have this shared identity of beautiful houses made of cedar. We want to be out in nature, this nature that surrounds us, and we want to have jobs that feed our families. But the problem is that these places that we associate with life on the West Coast they're actually disappearing. If you fly over anywhere in BC, if you fly over the country and you look down out of the window of the plane, what you see is a patchwork of clear cuts. You don't see beautiful green rolling hills. So these amazing forests that we see in marketing materials, that's really all it is. It's marketing. And we're standing to lose entirely these beautiful places that we identify with and that we see as home. And it's not just our home for people, it's home for thousands of species of fungi, species of plants and animals. These are civilizations of biodiversity that have been around for thousands of years. And if you cut them down in a clear cut and then you replant trees, it's agriculture, it's not a forest. If you just plant one monocrop after a clear cut has come in and then spray it with pesticides, you're not going to see the same biodiversity. It's no longer a forest. So we really need to ask ourselves, what kind of future do we want to see for British Columbia and Canada? Can we stand to live in a future without forests and the animals and the clean air that they provide? Less than 1% of giant old-growth forests remain in British Columbia. And yet these ancients, emblematic of life on the West Coast, still continue to fall. Soon, there will be nothing left.
We've just walked through hectare after hectare after hectare of monumental, massive yellow and red cedar stumps. Many of them that we've counted well over 800 years old. Some of the yellow cedars well over 1,000 years of age. Literally right on the boundary of world-renowned Cape Scott Park on the northern tip of Vancouver Island. This is a massive clear cut of ancient cedars that we've just come across. This is the BC government logging company that allowed this to happen. They're the ones that marked out these cut blocks. They're the ones that allowed this to happen. At the same time, they're telling British Columbians, they're telling the international public that they're stopping ancient forest logging. Nothing could be further from the truth.
This crisis is a chance for Premier Eby to finally reform our failing forestry system, reduce dependence on the US, and secure a future for both communities and forests. Tell Premier Eby that protecting ancient forests and local jobs is a legacy worth fighting for.